If I could sit down with every man in America for just 10 minutes and tell them the one thing I've learned after coaching men and couples for the last 15 years, it would be this. Most men are not failing because they are lazy. They are failing because they are distracted. And the most dangerous part is that they often don't even realize it. I've worked with business owners, construction workers, truck drivers, corporate executives, divorced fathers, young men in their 20s, and men who rebuilt their lives after losing everything. The difference between the men who become successful and the men who stay stuck is rarely intelligence. It is rarely luck. It is usually the habits they repeat when nobody is watching. I am Eva, and if this is your first time coming across my video, like this video and subscribe to the channel. I promise you, this is not going to be one of those motivational videos that sounds good for 5 minutes and changes. Nothing. I want to give you practical advice that can genuinely change the direction of your life. The first thing I tell every man is this: stop trying to look successful and start trying to become valuable. A lot of men are spending money they haven't earned yet, trying to impress people who will not help them build a future. Expensive shoes, expensive watches, a car payment that is choking them every month, and a lifestyle designed for social media instead of real life. The successful men I've coached are often surprisingly unimpressive on the surface. They drive reliable cars, they invest in skills, they save aggressively, and they focus on increasing their value in the marketplace. Ask yourself this question. If your job disappeared tomorrow, what skill would still make people pay you? That question is more important than your degree, your followers, or your image. The second lesson is one that many men do not want to hear. Your environment is shaping your future. I have seen good men stay broke because every person around them normalized excuses. Every conversation was about gossip, sports, drama, politics, or complaining about women, the economy, and other successful people. Then I've seen average men become exceptional after changing who they spend time with. If you are the most disciplined person in your friend group, the most ambitious person in your circle, and the only one trying to improve, you may need a new circle. Success is contagious, but so is mediocrity. The third lesson is about discipline. Most men think successful people are always motivated. That is not true. The men who build businesses, get in shape, become financially stable, and lead strong families are often tired. They simply do what needs to be done anyway. Discipline is choosing what you want most over what you want right now. What you want right now is comfort. What you want most is freedom. And every day, those two things are fighting each other. The fourth lesson comes from watching hundreds of relationships. A chaotic relationship can destroy a man's potential. I'm not saying a woman creates a successful man. A man must take responsibility for his own life, but I'm telling you that peace matters. The men who grew the most were usually with women who respected their mission, reduced unnecessary drama, communicated honestly, and supported growth instead of competing with it. If your relationship constantly drains your energy, your focus, your finances, and your confidence, you must take that seriously. Protect your peace like you protect your paycheck. The fifth lesson is financial. Learn to delay gratification. One of the wealthiest men I ever coached told me something I never forgot. He said, most people buy liabilities to celebrate income. Wealthy people buy assets to create more income. When you get a raise, do not immediately upgrade your lifestyle. Upgrade your future. Invest, save, learn, build. A man with a small income and strong financial discipline will eventually outperform a man with a large income and no control. The sixth lesson is about your body. Your health is not separate from your success. Men underestimate how much energy affects everything. Your confidence, your focus, your patience, your leadership, and your productivity all decline when your body is neglected. You do not need a perfect physique. You need strength, endurance, and energy. Walk daily, lift weights, sleep better, drink more water, eat like someone who plans to be alive and productive for the next 30 years. The seventh lesson is the one that changes lives. Learn to be alone without becoming lonely. Many men cannot sit in silence. They need constant entertainment, constant texting, constant scrolling, constant noise. But clarity is found in silence. Some of the biggest breakthroughs in my life and in the lives of the men I've coached came during periods of solitude. Turn off the phone for an hour. Think, write, plan, pray. If you are a person of faith, ask yourself where your life is actually going. The eighth lesson is about consistency. Success is usually boring before it becomes impressive. The man who reads 10 pages a day, the man who saves a little every month, the man who works out 3 times a week, the man who learns one new skill every quarter, the man who keeps his word. These actions do not look dramatic, but after 5 years, they create a completely different life. People will call it luck. It was consistency. And finally, let me tell you the most important thing I've learned after 15 years of coaching men. A successful man is not just a man who makes money. I have met wealthy men who are miserable, divorced, unhealthy, addicted, and deeply unhappy. Real success is when your money grows, your mind grows, your body grows stronger, your relationships become healthier, and your life becomes more peaceful. Do not chase success so hard that you lose yourself in the process. Become the kind of man who is respected when he enters a room and trusted when he leaves it. That is the man who wins in the long run. So tonight, instead of asking, how do I get rich quickly? Ask yourself, what can I do every day for the next 5 years that would make failure almost impossible? And that question changed my clients' lives, and it might change yours too. I'm Eva. And if this video gave you even one insight that made you think differently, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and tell me in the comments, which of these lessons do you think most men are ignoring today? Discipline, peace, health, finances, or the people around them? I read the comments, and I'd love to hear your answer.